Hey everyone, it's Tiffany from Let's Get Scrappy, and today is our Scrappy Christmas Crafts with a K collaboration that I'm doing this whole year with Karolina from Karolina's Crafts, where every month, hopefully on the 25th, but don't hold us to it, that we are going to do a Christmas project because we have so much Christmas in our stash. We thought, why not at least knock some out for sure once a month? So that's what this is today. And of course, I'm down to the wire, and Carolyn is probably going to kill me. But I have a retreat that I'm getting ready to leave for out of town. So I've literally been doing like 1,000 projects, and plus, just getting ready to go. So today I have a folio album that is 6x6 with a 1.5 inch spine. I'm using My Mind's Eye Holly Jolly. I do have quite a bit of this now in my stash. I have the 12x12 too that I haven't touched, but I used the 6x6 pad that has 24 sheets in it, and I have four full sheets left and just a few scraps. So you do need like a full 6x6 pad unless you use solids from your stash to supplement. And I used the sticker sheet, the chipboard, the ephemera, and then there was a pack of like journal cards, 3x4 journal cards. So that is what I used in this project. So be sure, if you are following along with us, or even if you're new to us right now, if you do this project and you post a video or you post on Instagram, please use the hashtag Scrappy Christmas Crafts with a K, so that we can follow along too and see your wonderful projects. We love seeing what everybody makes with it, and sometimes people will do their own spin, which is awesome, but we love seeing the projects. So be sure to use that hashtag, tag us in your posts. It's just a lot of fun to see. So let's just get into this so we can get going on to the tutorial, because you guys know I hate long videos. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like I said, it's a 6x6 folio, which is what it started out to be, turned into album because I added pages, which you don't have to. So I will show you once we get in the tutorial. But first, I need a vote. Keep the 25th on there, have it like that, or take it off. I struggle. I know you guys say I don't, but I do. With layering up, I don't like a ton of stuff on my albums, but I also don't need it to be totally clean. I love the look of when people layer. I just, in my head, don't know how to do it. So I felt like this was cute, but y'all let me know. What should I do? Yay or nay? Okay, so there's that. So 3x4 card, doily from my stash. I do have gold foiling going throughout the whole book because in some of the design papers there's gold foiling. So here's a chipboard piece. And I have the enamel dots that match the collection. This is a stamp, or no, this is a Martha Stewart. I think this, I don't know who this is now. This might just be a generic snowflake punch that I have. And these enamel dots in the corner was from the collection. I used my We Are Memory Keepers chomper on the corners there, and popped this up. I layered it on black cardstock, then popped it up on foam. So that is what the front looks like. And I don't know if you can see, but I did add Winka Stella to the snowflake right here. And then here is the spine, and then the back. So pretty simple. And then I have just this ribbon from my stash that has this gold foiling already on there. So I thought that was cute. Added that in. And of course I did a tie closure. I rarely don't do a tie closure. Okay, so opens up like this. So as you can see, I just added a couple photos. You do not, or not photos, but pages. You don't have to do this part. I mimicked this book off of a graduation folio that I've had on my channel, which I believe is like 8x8. So for the most part, that's what I mimicked this tutorial off of, just in a smaller scale. And then I added this and the spine is a little bit bigger to accommodate for this. So if you don't want to do these pages, you could just do a 1-inch spine versus 1.5. So on this side, we just have a little tuck spot, photo mat. This was from the journaling cards. In this little pocket, I just added the tag from the ephemera pack in there. I do have magnets on here, so there's a magnetic closure on this one here. This is the little snowman, so cute with that gold around it. And that came from the ephemera pack too. Makes a nice little tuck spot, but you still have lots of room for photos. So I see this album as like more of a 4x4 photo album with, you know, 4x4 and 3x4. You can't do a full 4x6 unless you increase the album size to like 6.5 by 6.5 and have, you know, the pages be 6.5. But then you have to really supplement with your 6x6. So that's why, you know, really look at this as a smaller scale for your photos or collage. So it opens up this way. So you have this spread right here. This opens up and it's just white on the inside, and there's a magnetic closure on there. And I used my Stampin' Up! Tab punch for the glitter tabs. A little bit of layering. Opens up to this side. We have another flip out. And then inside the back pocket here, I just added a photo mat and then a couple of the journal cards that you can either put photos on or, you know, like just journal on. So this closes up this way. That closes. And then, like I said, I just added these in. You don't have to. And if I do this again, I might add another like 1/4 inch score so it can lay a little bit flatter. I don't know. I'll test it out and see. But just, you know, used up scraps on the inside here. This is a chipboard piece that you still can add a 4x4 photo under here. Oh my gosh, I'm like out of breath because I'm just like running today. And then again, I should just leave this out. I left this open as a tuck spot, maybe, for photos here. You have nice photo opportunity there. And then just, you know, tip. I did have all 4 corners with the gold corners. And when I added the page and lifted up like this, it caught right there. So, you know, I had to do a little MacGyver. So I took that off, put this chipboard on there, and now it's fine and it still looks cute. So just a tip for you, if you find that it's catching, just add something to it to make it stop. And then it opens up here. So this is really just, oh, I feel like it's really plain and simple. I didn't add a lot of extra fluff. You just have great spaces for photos. And you could add photo mats all the way through, but I really like the paper. So I hate covering up unless it's a bigger album. But just another little tuck spot here. And then I made a little waterfall and just kind of layered up some of the elements. And it just flips open. You can add some extras if you want to. And when we do the tutorial, I did make it 4 waterfalls, but then it just was like too big. So I had to cut mine down. But I do have a magnetic closure on this one. You guys have seen me do waterfalls 1,000 different ways. You can leave it with nothing and not have a closure. You can tie it. You can, I've done where I've left it open under the decorative paper, and then you could just slide that in if you do not have magnets, because I know, you know, magnets can get really pricey. Or you can have it here and the magnet under here and it'll close. It still would close the other way too. I don't like flaps covering up cuteness. I don't like that. So hide the flap or either do a tie. And then of course, I have a spot back here that is open. And let me just close this up and show you. On both sides, this is open for a photo mat. And you don't have to leave it open. I wanted to, but I'm running out of time, so I cannot add anymore. I need to get this video up and get packed to leave tomorrow for Utah for Country Craft Creations retreat. I'm so excited. My first retreat. But that's, you know, the options you have there. And you will see that in the tutorial. But let's go ahead and get started. So just imagine it goes to the next thing. You guys know I don't know how to edit, so here we are. Okay, so I'm going to do, because it seems like you guys like this format the best, when I just go through everything that you will need as far as for cutting. So let me see here. Okay, so on the left side, you'll need a piece that is 6 by 6. You will need a piece that is 6 by 12. Another piece that is 6 by 11 and a half. And I think I'm missing something. Oh, here they are. And then 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 4 1/4, and these are our flaps that are on the inside of the left side. So this is all the left side. Now you will have photo mats, all of that. You do as many as you want. I don't give, I just give you the shell, and then you can add all your extras. So that's the left side. In the middle, you will need 1 piece that is 5 1/2 by 11 1/2. And on the right hand side, if I got this right, we will see, you will need a piece that is 6 by 10 3/4. A piece that is 6 by 6. And then for my waterfall, and I'm going to show you guys 2 different things, but I changed my measurement just because we went to 3 waterfalls versus 4. But 4 1/2 by 9. And the third piece is 4 1/4 by 4 3/4, or you can have 3 of these and just do them like that, or you can have, let me get my, I have another prototype, another piece that is 4 1/4 by 10 to get 4 waterfalls, and I'll show you, you know, if you do want to do that. So just watch the video through. So if you're going to do it like this, 1 piece would be 4 1/4 by 9, and 1 would be 4 1/4 by 10 if you're going to do 4. So let me just show you real quick, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So mine is going up, and how I originally had it was this size, and see, it just covers up everything, and that's fine. So that's what I'm saying. You might want yours like this, but I still wanted to see some of the green around it. And originally I was going to do it this way. So you can do it this way and have a pocket back here. It's up to you, but I like to just show you guys different ways and how my crazy mind thinks. Lots of opportunities. Doesn't have to be exactly like this if you don't want it to be. Okay. And the cover, I did the cover off camera for the most part, but I'm going to give you just some measurements here. For your chipboard, 2 pieces that are 6 by 6, 1 piece that is 1 1/2 by 6, and I'm doing just the basic style to wrap mine. You can do yours like Tamra's. It's still going to be the same, you know, measurements for that. But if you do want it like Tamra's from Country Craft Creations, which is called the Layflat method, and I'll link a tutorial where she shows how she does one in the description box. But if you need specific measurements, just let me know. I'll figure it out for you. I have no problem doing that. Okay, so, and I did wrap mine. My tape pulled off a little bit there, but I did wrap mine. So I used a piece that was, I took a 12 by 12, cut it down to 8, and then just used the 4 inches that was left and added it to my 8 so that I didn't have to waste another sheet of paper. So, I mean, that might be confusing me saying it. Sounds great in my head, but if you cut the 12 by 12 and like it like this, oh, let me just see. So if you cut it down to 8 so that you can start putting your chipboard this way for the cover, you're left with 4 by 12. I took that piece, 4 by 12, and I cut it 4 by 8, and then I just glued it on here to extend my piece of paper to wrap my chipboard. And it's like a 1/2 inch off instead of having an inch, but it's fine. I'm telling you guys, you don't have to have an inch all the way around. It's just kind of, you know, someone started it and we're all doing it, but I've done it plenty of times where I've only had a 1/2 inch around because I didn't want to waste paper. And I had it. So for inside here, I cover my spine 4.5 by 5 7/8 like this. Now this piece is smaller because this is what was left on my table. I'm not wasting paper, y'all. I'm just saying. So the first one I did, that was the measurement I had, was 4.5 by 5 7/8. This one, nope, I'm not wasting. So I think it's only like 3 3.25. It'll work just fine. But I do like to make sure I'm totally glued around my chipboard in the folds so that there's no bubbling. And then I kind of just get it there in the gusset. Eyeball, stick it down, all good. Of course, now my dog wants to always come in here. Now that she's in here, she wants out. So hold on a second. Okay. Hold, please. There you go. Okay, sorry about that. You guys know how it is with animals. If you don't give them what they want, they'll keep making noise. So I'm just getting it in there really good. Not pressing too hard because I don't want to go through. Okay, so we have that. We are ready to go. Just checking it all. Make sure it's down really good. Okay, so there is just our outside. Keep giving it a little, get those fibers going a little bit more. Okay, so now we're going to start with the left hand side. Let's set these others. So we are going to start just folding on all, let me just go through because I didn't quite say it. So for the one piece that is 6 by 12, we're going to score at 6 and 6 1/4, which I have already done to try to speed up this video a little bit, but it never works. My videos are always long. I talk way too much. And it's funny because when you see me like in person, I don't talk a lot. It's probably because for work, that's all I do is talk. And then on here, which you guys are probably like, we wish you would stop talking. I don't know. Okay, so this piece is like so. And I'm just going to get our little hook out. Okay. So this is what, you know, we're working on right now. So this part here, so the bigger side is going to go down. So I'm going to turn it so it'll go like this. So as you can see, just kind of from here, we have where it's just slightly smaller. Can you guys even see when I was measuring? I hope so. Okay, and then we're going to take the other piece that was 6 by 11.5, and we're going to score at at a half, 3/4, 6 1/2, and 9 1/2. And this is where you don't need to have this piece if you don't want to. You could do a piece that is 6 by 9 1/2, if you don't want that extra little pocket right there. So we're just going to get going, fold these. So this one is going to fold the opposite way. And then this one folds opposite on that. Hopefully that wasn't it wasn't very smooth of how I just showed you guys how to do it. But that's what it's going to look like there. And we have our other piece. Now, where is it? We need this piece that is 6 by 6, and you're just going to score at a 1/2 inch on one of the sides. So we're going to fold that, and we're just going to stack this. You guys, if you haven't noticed, I do like to stack pages in a lot of my folios. Oh, it just seems to be way easier. So we will miter some of these corners. Gosh, I feel like my camera is way too close. Ooh, you guys are probably, goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm going to do this one first. So I'm stacking it on the piece where this side is 6 by 6. This side is slightly smaller, like 5 1/4. What is this? 5 3/4 by 6. So because we're just going to put this down on our album. So for now, you're going to take this piece that was our 6 by 6. And I'm going to sloppily add glue because I can't do it very well when I'm on camera. Problems. I just pick mine up and kind of just make sure it's a little centered. Looks like it might be. Huh, that's not bad. Okay, so let's just get it on there. Just want to see something. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so just double checking. I do feel like it's off a little bit. I'm going to check that because it'll drive me crazy. Just a hair. Hold on one second. Hold, please. Okay. I got a little fuzzy. Okay, that's better. So we have that little flap. Now we're going to glue the one that was 6 by 11 1/2 on top of this one here. So I'm just, oh my goodness, I really hope you guys can see. As always, just let me know if for some reason I missed something, you have a question. I do try to answer all questions, comments all the time, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't always get a notice once it's past, like, I don't know, it's weird, like 3 days of posting. I'll go back because I'll randomly get one, and then I go back in and see that I've missed some somehow. So if for some reason you don't get a comment from me and you want to, just message me again. Or, you know, leave a comment again. But just know I don't always get notification on all my comments. Okay. So just so you guys can kind of see, this is what it would look like. This would get glued down as a pocket, flippy, and then this one folds in between. So we look like this, just to give you a reference. So that is the one side. We're gonna glue down. Now I went back and forth. I didn't know if I wanted my pocket up here on the side. So again, you have options, or you could just glue this sucker down and not have a pocket at all. So I'm just making sure, oh my gosh, that was so sloppy. That this goes on. I really can't glue on camera. Oh my goodness. All over the place. So please be neater than this. This is giving me anxiety. You're not even going to be able to fit a tag in there by the time I'm done. So when I do this, I'm going to pull, what is it, this set all the way over. Ooh, got my hand in it. Making a mess because I want this edge. So pulling it up. I pull it all the way to the edge. I would recommend dry fitting first, just to make sure you don't go over this crease, whatever you do, because you need to be able to fold it up like that. So we are going to open and give it a good burnish on the inside. That was so messy. Oh my goodness. And you guys know, wherever I have like an M, that's telling me to put my magnet on there. And again, it doesn't always work, but you know, so it'll flip like this, flip over like that, and yeah, I have that on the wrong side, so ignore it. Oh no, oops, that's right, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Because I'm gonna have little, we're gonna do our little flaps. Okay, just hold on a second, Tiffany. So this is what it'll look like. I'm just creasing that, making sure it's a good edge there. So, like so. And then we're going to take our two pieces that are, let's miter those corners, that are going to be our little flaps. And then the pocket for here, I just use, again, scrap paper. You can add a gusset if you want a gusseted pocket. Again, I don't love those as much. I hate stuff moving around and flopping all over the place. So, you know, you guys crack me up when I talk about things floppy. But we're just going to eyeball this and somewhat center it. Let me see if I can get it where you guys can see that is not centered at all. Of course, my dog is outside the window with my husband barking. Okay, so we have that on there, and I'm just gonna do a little boop boop for a magnet. It goes like that, and then we're gonna do it on this other side here. I have like glue everywhere. Okay. And again, I'm just eyeballing down a little bit, trying to match the other side a little bit more. And things you could do is, you know, you can go like that and match it up. I'm not being that particular right now, but I would normally. Okay, so let me just burnish that a little bit better. Okay, so it would go like this here, like that, and like so. Then I'm going to show you, but we're not putting it down, the piece that is in the middle. Again, just me being just sheer laziness. I did not want to do a hinge. I didn't want to do none of that. I just have, you know, this is just Artisan cardstock from Country Craft Creations, which is great cardstock. I'm just using that. I scored, like I said, it's 5.5 by 11.5. I scored at 5.5 and 6. That's gonna be, you know, like our little hinge to the spine. Just can't see that, but it sticks on right there. But I do my decorative paper first before we add that on. So on this side, now grab your pieces that are for the right, which we need the piece that is 6 by 10 3/4. We are going to just come in and, oops, something is off there. What did I do? I did not do that right. Hold, please. Let me just, where is my ruler? Just making sure. Hold on 1 second. Yes. Okay, I think I'm off because this should be like 4. What did I do? Huh. Oh my gosh. I'm losing it. Okay, hold on. Of course I don't have my ruler up here, so I'm measuring off of this. Oh yeah, I have it backwards. Okay, but this still should be 6. Yep, I scored at the wrong mark. So everything is correct on there. I'm just gonna do a little tiff tip for you. So if you guys can see, I'm actually at 5 7/8 instead of 6. Well, I'm gonna go through and bump back out those score marks that I have in there. So I just flip it over on the bump and just softly, if I can get it to go, come back through, bump it lightly back out the other way. So it's not as, you know, as much of a like bump in there. So now I'm gonna come back through and do it correctly. So 6 and 6 1/4, like so. And we will see if we can get it, because sometimes it is hard once you have, yes it is, already done a score mark. Okay. Ugh, I hate that. Now you can get it to work. I don't want to deal with it, so we're gonna just do it on the other side. Easy peasy. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go 6. See how lazy I was? I didn't even want to attempt that. You can fix it. It's just when the score lines are so close, it just becomes a pain in the butt. So now we are doing that. Let me put my mat back. And just kind of work it. Way better than trying to fiddle with those little scores. Okay, oh, there we go. Ain't no party like a Tiffany party with some bloopers. Okay, so this is gonna be like our base. And then we will take this other one, which will be upside down once I fold it, but we are scoring at 1/2 of an inch and then 3/4 of an inch. Put that down. And I like a good crease with my score lines, so Okay. Ooh, we got it. We got it. So let's get this one on here. And it's just going to go just like this. Just line it up, get it on there even, pressing it down, burnish. Then I have an M for a magnet here, and now I have to, so let's take a little boop boop, and it's gonna go here. So it'll be like this. So here is our page. Let's get this on here before we do the waterfall. So we want to glue our 3 sides down here. Like so, nice and sloppy like the other ones. So at least, you know, there's no discrimination. Got it all sloppy. Just a hot mess. There we go. Okay, so we are just going to line up. It's really hard when you can't see. Ooh, goodness gracious, that was off. Okay, put that down. Now, good. Burnish that glue all in those fibers. Soak it up, soak it up. Okay, so now we would do the waterfall. We can just make sure everything's good. Yep. Okay. So again, you can do it like this. This is Michelle Allen's method. I love it. Awesome. Put it in however you want to, up, sideways, middle, whatever you want. Or I'm just showing you guys how just to still halfway do Michelle's method, because it's way easier. But if you do have scraps, it does work well to use up your scraps too. That could be, you know, like this size, and you could just use 3 of these. So do not miter corners on waterfalls. And if you do, which I have done before, you just make that sucker work. I'm telling you. Okay, so all we would do, I'm going to show it on here. Hopefully it's easier. So all we would do is put it like this, you know, in your book. And then once it's flipped the other way in your book, you would just come take this one and put it in there like so. Just like that. So again, up to you how you want to do the waterfall piece. And I do have, like, just to show you guys, you know, you can do this without these. I just, so you can see it a little bit better versus the black. But they're fun to make. So hopefully you guys like this. Like I said, this is a collaboration from Karolina and myself that we're doing every month. Karolina's a little more on top of her projects than I am. Mine are always like the last minute. So there you go. But let me know what you guys think. If I missed anything on the tutorial, please reach out. I will give you measurements if I messed up on something. But I hope you guys have fun making this. And thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to use our hashtag Scrappy Christmas Crafts with a K. On any of the posts or videos that you do using our tutorials. So thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure that you do, and I will link Karolina's project down, or her channel down below as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.